Thanks again for joining us. From shopping malls to trampoline parks and everything in between, spring break is a busy time for businesses. So what is the impact locally? We went to Maple Grove to find out.
Now it's spring break, so he's doing his thing, his flips.
At Sky Zone Trampoline Park in Maple Grove, fifth grader Austin Peach is literally jumping for joy.
Oh, he was begging to come here. He loves this place. He comes here practically almost every day.
I get to get my energy out, and I can play with my friends.
Austin's mom agrees it's a great place to burn off energy.
They can play soccer and the obstacle courses and flipping on the trampolines.
So what is Austin's favorite?
Either soccer or basketball.
For businesses, you could say spring break is a slam dunk too.
It's been pretty steady. Last week was really busy.
Everything's out on the shelves today.
At Color Me Mind in Maple Grove,
You don't necessarily have to be an artist to come and paint. This is kind of our popular kids item space. So we have all the kids banks, figurines, lots of different kind of fantasy items.
Emily Hankins helps manage something more low-key.
And it's fun, it's trending. You can't go wrong with painting something functional and cute and personal too.
Here, creativity can also turn into something useful.
Then we have kitchenware, so like bowls and dinner plates and all of that.
For the Reitmeyer family, it's a chance to create your own keepsake.
If you've never tried it before, it's a lot of fun, and we're usually here a good hour.
It's like better than buying like a statue in the store because it's like personalized. You can make it your own.
Back at Sky Zone, Austin Peach is putting the spring in spring break.
It's amazing in that you just do your thing.
In Maple Grove, Corey Bork, CCX News.
So how much does business go up during spring break? The general manager at Sky Zone Maple Grove says they typically see a 50% increase in sales during spring break compared to a normal school day. Meanwhile, several local school districts are bracing for large budget deficits for the next school year. According to survey data from the Association of Metropolitan School Districts, the Osseo area school district is projecting an $11 to $16 million deficit. Hopkins is planning for a $6 million shortfall, while Brooklyn Centers is between $500,000 and $1 million. Meanwhile, the Anoka-Hennepin School District is expecting a $16 to $19 million shortfall. Superintendent Corey McIntyre says the district has already made extensive cuts and called on the legislature to increase school funding. At a New Hope Elementary School, coding is the name of the game. As Kevin Miller reports in School Spotlight, students are learning to build their own video games from scratch.
I fixed the coding and he made the levels and fixed all the glitches in the game.
At Sonnesyn Elementary,
This could glitch you, so we decided to fix that.
the Media Center is a testing ground
If the ball hits the red line, game's over.
where fifth graders prove their computer skills.
They start coding in about first grade. They learn how computers make decisions based on what we tell them to do.
Matt Schneider is a media specialist at Sonnesyn.
And then they get more and more complicated tasks as they go through each year to have computers decide between two choices or react to button presses, things like that, until they have all the tools they need to make an interactive game.
They turned a few clicks of the keyboard into vibrant colors and moving figures.
Just like music and art, coding and video game making is an art form that they really want to express themselves with.
Beyond the computer screen, they learn about themselves and each other.
And the teamwork we had, it makes it really fun.
And even though they worked hard on these games, creating them was a welcome break from their regular days at school.
I'm lucky in that some of the things I get to talk about, they have an inherent interest in.
In New Hope, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
It's not quite fishing season in Minnesota yet, but that doesn't stop a Golden Valley business from thriving. We first caught up with Omnia Fishing in 2019, just months after the business started. 6 years later, it's grown in a big way. Reporter Emily Haugen explains.
These are all orders that are going out right now.
At its warehouse in Golden Valley, Omnia's shelves are stocked.
We have the biggest selection of tackle in Minnesota.
And it doesn't just reach Minnesota. The company goes nationwide.
Illinois, Tennessee.
It's mostly online, but even as the business grows, everything is personal.
People are going in store because they want to ask questions and they want to say, I'm going to this lake and I want to catch this fish or this species. What do you recommend?
CEO Matt Johnson says there's nothing really like their model. Omnia has a website and app where anglers can check out fishing insights.
Over time, we've built this wealth of over 30,000 fishing reports across the country. So you could today decide you wanted to go catch a fish in Florida and use the system the same way you would use it in Minnesota and get totally different product recommendations. This is a water temperature map where we've overlaid the wind as well.
On this map of Medicine Lake, Johnson scrolls through fishermen's recommendations. People share what they caught and how and when they did it. It also uses AI to summarize those responses.
And it just gives you this opportunity to really break out and understand a lot of what's going on in this specific water body.
People can also buy supplies directly from them. It all comes back to Omnia's mission. Get more people out on the water and keep them there.
The fishing industry actually has a leaky bucket problem. We lose people every year. And our theory is because they're not having a good enough experience or, they want to put the kid on fish and they don't know how.
Johnson believes these insights give anglers more confidence and keeps them in the game.
We hope that Omnia solves that. We really are trying to address that middle skill level consumer who wants to accelerate their learning process to be more successful.
In Golden Valley, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
Just this past year, Omnia also added a pro feature to its app. Johnson says a subscription gives more insight on water temperature, wind, and weather conditions at any location.